Hello, Tapioca Hearts here, signing in. Um, Welcome back to Heaven Will Be Mine. Oh my goodness. Um, it has been a minute, hasn't it? Last time on Heaven Will Be Mine, we had a little bit of soup brain problems here at Tapioca Hearts Incorporated. I'm not a company. I don't know why I said it like that, but I just got to hang out with Lunaterra a bit and do her day 6 mission. That was a good time. I'll be honest, I don't remember much of what happened in it. um because it's been a minute since I recorded that episode, because in case you didn't catch it on the community post, I've been a little out of commission. Um just like feeling rather sick. So I couldn't really put together um some good videos for y'all. But I'm back. I've returned. I'm here with Heaven Will Be Mine as scheduled. Um and you know what? Let's just get back into the swing of things. I just want to get back into the flow of it all. So this time we're on day 7 and I have 2 new missions available to me, but first I'm gonna check up on the comms to see what my good buddy Mercury is up to. Oh my goodness, I missed him. I missed Saturn. I missed this game. I missed making videos for like y'all and for the joy of myself of making them. Oh, I'm excited to get back into this. Oh, I missed these two. Let's see what's going on here. What was Mercury's voice? um, do you still think about Neath still? Oh. That's out of nowhere. I think about them every day, obviously. I don't think I know what Neath is. I don't think I remember like what's going on there. They're the reason celestial mechanics exists. First to understand what happened to them. And then, because we couldn't stop thinking about it, about how to make what happened to them happen to us. We still don't know what it was exactly. They had us all get together to reach through space and time and contact the existential threat wherever it came from. Interesting. So this group, like, had the pilots contact the existential threat, which is interesting because, like, based on my theories, I feel like the pilots could become part of the existential threat. Like, if they branch too far out of, like, the influence of what exactly the Academy wants them to do. To make sure that it truly had been defeated for good, I think they were really hoping it wasn't. We felt the same, especially us who never got to fight yet. We reached together as far as we could. And Neath reached farther than anyone. I didn't think it would have been them before anyone else. I didn't know them. Was it that they reached too far? Or what? Or something reached to them? What's the difference? In the end, they got it. Whatever it was. Are you having second thoughts? Maybe. They were the only one. I always wondered why that was, Saturn. Were they special? In a good way, or a bad way? Were they chosen, Mercury? What would be the criteria? We know it's none of that, though. Just a lonely, unchosen child. Without so little presence in this world, they fell into another one. That's how it is. The only trick is how to do it on purpose. That's just it. Are we too attached? I want to be something new and share it with everyone. Am I too heavy for the apple? Interesting. What is this conversation? Like, is Neath a person? That would make sense, because they're using, like, it seems like they're talking about an individual. Without so little presence in this world, they fell into another one. The only trick is how to do it on purpose. I guess the conversation then becomes like, what exactly is this metaphorizing? That's not a word, but what exactly is going on here? Am I too heavy for the apple? It's a thin line between falling into inverse because you have hope and because you don't have any left. We should be glad it's not so easy, you know. Oh, that was a short comms session, I feel like. I almost wonder if Mercury is like, am I too heavy for the apple? Like, is the weight of his quote unquote sin of eating the forbidden fruit like too much to do it on purpose? Is he going to fall into it? This is kind of a similar theme of We Know the Devil. Is like, are you going to let your devil consume you, or like, are you going to willingly accept yourself as the devil? This is kind of a similar thing going on. Like, are you going to fall into the inverse because you have hope, or because you don't have any left? I like it. I could be wrong, but that's the interpretation I'm kind of bringing about it for the time being. Oh god, I remember this. Subject, why children? This has been an internal mood of this Let's Play. Subject, why children? Origin, Memorial Foundation Space Program documentation. Author, Director Nix. They aren't children anymore, but when they were pilots, they were, for all the obvious reasons that children are more suited to be pilots than adults. So like none? Since the decline of the space program, there have been fewer and fewer waves of new recruits, and the current pilot generations have no successors. Adults are serving as pilots because there are no longer any children in space, and adults should not have to serve as pilots. It would be cruel to send children to fight a war so that adults don't have to, especially as adults have far more powerful tidal forces than children. In their physical and metaphorical manifestation, tides are the measurement of the authority that culture has over the universe. The light of the soul that turns all impossible things into our dominion. The gravitational forces of children are weak enough to perceive and engage the existential threat without obliterating it instantly, and as a cancer that exerts a subtle influence in the back of our unknowing minds, they are suited to protect us from it. For this reason, Memorial Foundation has pushed against traditional cultural institutions for engaging existential threats with this more humane practice, due to the resiliency of children and detrimental long-term effects contact with existential threats has on adults in the vast majority of cases. Goodness, I need to take a breath at some point. In some exceptional circumstances, contamination lingers in children. Their gravitational forces never achieve sufficient power to extinguish the existential threat without resistance. Without the tidal force to challenge other adults, they remain in limbo, unsuited to anything else. The remaining small percentage of the original pilot program that continues to reside in space is made of such cases. Huh, okay. Subject, new aversion proposal. Origin, Memorial Foundation Central Classified Extract. Author, Memorial Foundation and Celestial Mechanics. Both of them wrote this. Thank you. I'm no different from my former colleagues. I think we all want the same thing, ultimately. Every one of us. I'd implore you to be forgiving of them, though not of their methods. Many of us are thankful for the ending of the Cold War. The paranoia and suspicion that accompanied the strength of the existential threat in this world as it fed on the trauma and malaise and discontent of the world after the war. but I think some of us must have some reservation about the future. In abandoning existential threats to address the threats of our home, it will inevitably result in us turning to conflict between humans once more. I feel like, yeah, that's kind of something I've picked up on already in the game. Is like how the existential threat conflict is very much born from humanity's own fears of what they can become. And in turn, the existential threat will thrive. We are looking for the smoothest, most uncontested future. I won't lie, this will not ensure happiness for everyone. In fact, it may be difficult to understate how much it will ensure the opposite for what we will ensure are very few. But what I'm proposing will ensure the maximum happiness for the maximum number of people. And what else can we do? Uh, that's that like I forget like how to label the mindset, but it's like, oh, you have to do um the most amount of good for the most amount of people. But like that's not always the best option available. I feel like you should always try to do at least a little bit of good for everyone, not just a select few who are easy to do good for. No. Either way, it's time to dive into the missions. Sorry, just had to take a drink of water. um, so, time to dive into the missions. I'm gonna do the Pluto mission, of course. I always do the Pluto mission first. It's always top down here. So, we're gonna start with the acceleration due to gravity. Celestial mechanics and Cradle's graces have one thing in common, and that's escaping Earth's gravity. To do that, they need Saturn and Pluto to work together to corrupt the lunar gravity well. It's an opportunity for one to get the upper hand over the other, but they're not thinking about it politically. They're thinking about it in a much more um, individual way, in a flirtatious way, maybe a romance way. Saturn and Pluto. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I like the music immediately. It's such a vibe. How's the new equipment fitting, Saturn? Not that much weirder than how it was before. This mission really is a weird one, Mercury. This was always the plan, you know that. The lunar gravity well is the anchor that all tidal reactors resonate with. Okay, this music's really loud. Hold on a second. I'll turn it down a little bit. Hopefully that's better. It's how ship selves maintain their form, how colonies on other planets and orbital bases and ships maintain environments humans can survive in. Gravity is important to human survival, one of the most imperative things in the universe. Gravity is both the literal and figurative senses is required. Gravity in both the literal and figurative senses is required for us to live in space. And without it, we dissolve into the universe, become everything that humans aren't. There's a lot of that in the universe, if you've noticed. If we want to turn into something interesting and specific, we have to make sure that we're controlling the aversion process. Is it going to work? Probably not. I wouldn't trust Japanese to do this right. That's right, Japanese, the eternal villain of this game. There's nothing in it for him, so why would he care? When he lived on Earth, he had everything he wanted. He isn't like anyone else who came to space. He's just flirting with the idea of transcending human limits for boring reasons, and only for his. There are no places left on Earth to conquer, so he wants to be the first to own the future. When you conquer Earth, you gotta go for heaven next. It's like Alexander the Great looking up at the moon and feeling sad that he cannot conquer it. Some people just want to claim everything, even especially that which they can never have. If this actually works, I don't want to share it with him. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I told you I was playing this how I wanted, right? I'm not letting him have this. Oh, we're just jumping right into it. Okay, so if I don't want Japanese to get the win, I probably shouldn't favor celestial mechanics, right? Saturn tempts Pluto to fall in with her, or Pluto tempts Saturn to entertain a silly dream. I like entertaining silly dreams. Let's go for it. Outcome favors Cradle's graces. The moon's south pole. Okay, the music's still too loud. Hold on a second. Get down there. Get down there. There you go. The moon's south pole is the completion point for Earth, where all the terraforming begins and ends. Here, the skyscrapers rise up to catch the eternal light in what someday will be a city where night never comes. Oh, great. That's something everyone needs. At the city where night never comes? It would always be daytime? Rest in peace to your, like, internal clock. That's fucked up. Alright, gotta take another drink of water. Sorry. You're quiet. Is there something on your mind? A lot, but nothing important. Oh, there's Pluto. I missed her. Don't hide it from me. You know I can just read it off your gravitational field, right? Are you sure? You're never normally this quiet. Yeah, Pluto's kind of talkative. You're never normally this quiet. Good to know even you can feel that way sometimes. But I didn't think it would be over this. The gravity well can't be that big a deal for someone like you to deal with. And I'm here too in case you forgot. Feeling out the tides is deeper than mind reading, and not so literal, and you know that. That kind of mind reading is the kind every human can do, but few are any good at it. What kind is that? Read my mind about it. I think she's talking about like just like reading the waves that come off of like the sea of gravity of like someone's ship self, like reading the fields, as I like to call it, like the connection between minds that like ship self pilots just inherently have through all the cybernetics and gravity of it all. Her concentration face. Are you nervous? No, I know exactly what I'm doing. I just wish everyone wasn't going to be watching us this whole time. I hate getting yelled at for no good reason. Don't you have people who are a pain in the ass to keep happy? Oh, girl, we all do. Like, that's everyone in Cradle's Graces. Plus, they love me, which makes it so hard. That's why I ditched command. I couldn't stand being pestered constantly by superiors who don't know what they're talking about. I don't have any superiors at all. That's what happens when you're the top pilot. But that's what happens when everyone puts you up on a pedestal. What? Lucky? Why? Because I'm at the top. Yep, Pluto's the top. That's what I'm taking away from that. But of course also, like... Wait, oh, is she saying that she's, like, at the top of Cradle's Graces? Like, the leader? Oh, I didn't get that impression, especially from, like, her backstory. Because of how she was like propped up to be like the top pilot. I didn't think she would be like the top of the organization in general. Excuse me? Oh! Oh shit, okay. Interesting. So she's her own boss, but then, oh, that changes the context of her character big time. Hold on. I'm the leader of Cradle's Graces, more or less. Tongue stick out. Excuse me? What? Why? For a lot of reasons, but mostly because no one else wants to be. Oh, Dr. Nix is in charge of most things still, but I do make the decisions. Okay, so Dr. Nix from the emails is the, like, former leader of Cradle's Graces, I guess? That makes sense. I don't know if I knew that already or not. I mean, but why, Pluto? You're as bad as Mars. This is why it's so hard to get anything done. Mars? Oh wait, I think there was a Mars mentioned at one point, but I don't remember what group they were a part of. Cradle's Graces is just full of contradictory, impossible to reconcile, naive and disorganized feelings. Someone has to bring all of that together. Yeah, Saturn's frustrated. I feel like she really thought that like her and Pluto were developing something and like could break away from these actions and live their own future, but like learning that Pluto's the leader of Cradle's Graces changes things a lot. No, stop. I mean, but why would you tell me that? I mean, shouldn't I take advantage of this? That's also true. That's true that like she would be able to take advantage of it and like make better of a hostage situation or make a better deal. Oh, I thought you just wanted to get to know me better, not engage in any of that cloak and dagger stuff. You're crazy. Why would you trust me? I'm sketchy. Sketchy Saturn. No, you're not. You're obnoxious to your friends, but you work hard all the time for their sake. You bullied a certain taciturn ace pilot, not because you hated her, but because you wanted her to grow up and stop wasting her talent on moping. You're always tempting me to your side, but you don't care if I join Celestial Mechanics or not. Yeah. Also, you asked me how I was doing, if I was nervous, and told me you're here for me on a difficult mission, even though you tried to make it sound like you were lording it over me. Pluto's totally calling out her bullshit. Pluto knows what she's here for. Ugh. So what do you really care about, that you keep coming after me whether you win or lose? Not telling. That's fine, you don't need to say anything for me to understand. Yeah, you two literally shared a kiss, like in the last mission you two had together. Yeah, you don't need to keep up the pretense anymore, Saturn. You care about Pluto as a person, girl. Or maybe it's difficult for her to let her walls down. Aw, she's blushing too. I need to shut my mouth or I'll keep stuttering and embarrassing myself. Don't tell me that this whole time you've just been playing along like... I give up on being cool. It doesn't matter. No, wait, it does matter. I worked so hard to try to corrupt this good little pilot test brat out of Cradle's Graces. Don't be sad about still being a good girl. It's a really hard habit to break. Oh. You would know all about that, Pluto, wouldn't you? I'm the real fool, though. I saw right through you, and it worked on me just the same. I completely fell for it. Oh, we're almost there. Let's be careful, okay? They're gonna do this together. They're gonna make this happen together, one way or the other. But I believe in their ability to get out safely. I believe in their ability to achieve their dream, to escape. The slim tower, the tallest on the moon, ends in a point, and suspended above is the overpowering gravity well, claiming humanity's spot on the moon, a saved seat in the cosmos. It'll fall inert to the surface when culture has so fully rooted in the moon that the planet will produce a true human gravity. Then this body will no longer be Luna, but fully and truly the moon, just as Terra became Earth when humanity was born there. Okay, so they already terraformed like an Earth replacement, but now they're creating a moon replacement to maintain the gravity of the region and kind of create a faux solar system of sorts. Fascinating. Yet the gravity well can also be the seed of possibility. It doesn't have any preconceptions about what humans can be or should be. There's still time. Begin full output. Resonance handshake seeking. Aw, they're gonna reach out to each other again. To hold hands. Acknowledged. Handshake received. Oscillating, rotating, responding. I am trying to seduce you, though. Endpoint reached. Synchronization complete. Aligned rotations. Acceleration high, still acceptable. I just don't understand how you can be this strong and amazing and still waste it on all of them. And she's not even gonna respond to that call out. Tidal resonance achieved. Brace for resonance feedback. So tell me, why do you waste so much of your time pestering pilots like Terra and me? Tidal resonance far beyond predicted levels. Begin bracing. Hold the core steady for insertion. That's dodging the question. I like this, like they're trying to have a conversation as they're both relaying like instructions and parts of the process to each other. Oh, so you're also dodging the question in a fashion, girl, but you did ask first. Waves crashing, intensifying resistive force. It's not. You're not really any different. You care about what happens to everyone in space too, Saturn. Even fools like us deserve a chance at what they want. The part that makes me angry is how they won't just take what they want. If Earth has abandoned us, then why go through so much trouble to reconcile with them? Resistance is incredible. The core's hypersuspension is refusing to decouple. Maximum output, bending space, culture, time, dilating possibility. Leaving humanity behind out of spite just to prove how much you don't care about them makes it sound like maybe you actually do care about others. But it is really cute how you're trying. I am loyal to us, that's all. The space orphans, the lab girls, and fuck everyone else. No love lost, none owed to anyone else. That's what I'm the leader of. Beginning insert. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, guys. Begin. I know it means nothing, but it means everything. Beginning insertion. Breaking first through 50th seals. I want a breakup. If humanity wants us back, they should come crawling and beg us to forgive them. You of all people shouldn't be the ones saving them. Rapid destabilization. Action needed. Are you really okay with all of us in space having a chance at that future? But no one on Earth, I, of all people, know what it would be like to never have that. Oh, fuck, we're getting into it, aren't we? Breaking seals 50 through 1000. Requesting overload. Requesting overload bypass permission. I'm not a good and noble person. My heart's not big enough. Attempting again. Fine. Here's a real secret, just for you, okay? Since you told me yours. I would never forgive the world, but if my master plan doesn't work, I'd follow you wherever. Bracing. Gravitational output maximum. Thank you, really, Saturn. I wouldn't have had this much fun without you. Thanks for giving me room in your heart. Less dramatic status updates that sound like you're gonna die. Core pierced. She's so stressed. Heavy damage to upper arm. Insertion activating. Sustained damage increasing. Holding until countdown begins. For being so stubborn, even so you make me falter just a bit. Just a little. I can't be that invincible. I'm just a little lab brat. Reaction confirmed. Are you ready for everything? Saturn, confirm Roche limit escape. Oh, wait, no, she's stressed. Saturn, confirm Roche limit escape. Negative, it's messing up the math. Calculations keep changing. Immediate escape is necessary before the micro black hole. Before the micro black hole is formed. Can't calculating. Focus on my voice. It's not time for you to join the inverse yet. Gravity, like a warm embrace, and not just mine, wants you here. Back to your home and mine. I almost... Oh my goodness, I'm sorry if I'm reading it too quickly or like... I don't know, like going through the scene too fast without giving my like thoughts and commentary and stuff. I'm hooked on this. This is good stuff. This is Saturn like finally putting her plan into action to protect, like this is what she's been doing the entire game, has been to protect the girlies in space, like the traumatized and the broken and the queer who are like cast aside by the more powerful, the more corporate, I guess you could call them, the people with loftier goals than they, and like thrown into space to fend for themselves. Like Saturn's goal is to ensure their ability to improve their lives and reach the heaven that they want to on their own terms. And she's trying to make that happen right now and damning everyone else, but Pluto is kind of calling her out for it and recognizes that denying everyone on Earth the opportunity to find your own freedom like that, just because they're on Earth, just because they're also the thumb of Japanese and like the others who maintain that kind of grip on the socio-political structure of space, even if they're not as like under the thumb thoroughly as Saturn, Pluto, Lunaterra, Mercury, all them are. Like they still deserve an opportunity, but Saturn's just trying to do what she can and ensure like an escape route for at least the pilots, you know? But that's not enough. That's not enough. Anyways, we have a tiny black hole to deal with. All the equipment is destroyed. Both of them are badly damaged, but they're not dead. And the tiny black speck pulsing within the containment field, a strange gravity washes over the moon. And many things are possible. A leveled playing field, a new playground. Day 8! Oh, I thought that would be the end of things. Oh shit, okay. Well, there's a 50-50... Wait, it's going over 100%. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I feel like I don't understand what's happening in this game. But, yeah. 50% split between Cradle's Graces and Celestial Mechanics with a 25% Memorial Foundation split. Sorry, Lunaterra. I'll get you up there at one of these points. I'm just kind of it's affected like gravity too. That's awesome. It's like planets in a solar system and affecting the gravity around them. But yeah, I'm just kind of making choices like in the alignments that I would like naturally pick in the moment, just like having fun with it. Or like putting my opinions to the test of what I think the characters would do and what they should do. But regardless, that was a fun mission. God, I loved that. Um, and I will get to the Lunaterra mission, plastic versus metal, next time in Heaven Will Be Mine. Thank you for watching. See you later. Glad to be back. Bye bye.